The next person I'm going to introduce is, I almost consider him a son. My brother has known him since he was 7 years old with homeschool with his daughters. And I think he's in his 30s now, so I think we've known him a long time. He's done so much for me and our club in the last several years. He was inspirational in designing the 4-7-8-17 program. He's the president of our Rotaract Club. And as again, our motto for our club is embrace the future, but respect the past. But by embracing the future, we're trying to be different everything we do to center around empowering younger people. And so we're in the process. I'm not going to say we're perfect, but we're working on a process where the president of the Rotary Club steps down and the president of the Rotaract Club takes over. It's a work in progress, and we're going to start it a year from July 1st. I've given my 2-year notice as president. I've been president for Rotary Clubs, different clubs, 8 years throughout the last 12 years of my last 15. So it's time for me to take a little break, and I'm going to pass the torch to a young man who is smarter, faster, quicker, and just a much better person than me, and his name is Zachary Weaver. Come on, Zach. You mind?
Good morning, everyone. Oh, thank you so much, Steve, for that very, very generous introduction. I'm not sure if all of that is true, but thank you. And I just want to share a little bit about our program. We have a special program called Democracy in a Box. This program is about using Rotarian principles to define, demonstrate, and demystify democracy for peace and sustainability. And that's where the 4-7-8-17 comes in. And so today I'm very delighted to introduce you to one of our program partners, Vinay Orekondy, Partnerships Director for the Grand Bargain Project. Not only does this program address the environment, it addresses all 7 areas of focus. So thank you so much. Thank you, Vinay.
Thank you. Just testing. Okay. Thank you so much, Zachary. So, I suspect that many of us are here at this conference because we want to be inspired. Despite everything that has been happening in our world, despite all the pain we're experiencing, we're here looking for a reason to hold on to hope. Wanting to be inspired. This is something I feel on a deep level. Just over 5 years ago, I moved to the United States from Australia. I moved here because I wanted to be inspired. I wanted to be inspired by your history, by your ideas, by your founding documents and institutions and stories that I grew up on the other side of the world. I knew that this was a land of relentless dreamers, and I wanted to be lifted up into the spirit of infinite possibility that has historically defined it. Instead, over the last 5 years, I've been confronted by a different and much darker emotional truth. Like so many of you, I feel a world that is spiraling into division and despair. Like so many of you, I have felt alone, I have felt afraid, and I have felt powerless. Stripped of my agency, I felt all of that give way to anger, which gives that temporary taste of power while eating away at our hearts like rust. And yet, I chose to stay. I stayed, and 2 months ago, I chose to become a citizen of the United States. I stayed because I wrestled with the meaning of the oath that I took that day. I'm not waiting to be inspired anymore. I'm choosing to be. I'm not here to be uplifted by the founding documents or your history or your institutions. I'm here because I believe in you. I'm here because in a world that seems to have gone utterly mad, believing in one another, especially those that we disagree with, is our fundamental civic duty. Civic duty. It is believing in each other, but it's also action, coming together across partisan divides to solve the problems that harm us all. We are capable of finding solutions based on truth, fairness, and goodwill, solutions that build better friendships across divides and are beneficial for us all. We can form a policy agenda that most Americans can agree on that passes Rotary's four-way test. It is this great national dialogue which the Grand Bargain Project is seeking to facilitate. We aim to hold facilitated dialogues around the country involving thousands of Americans, with at least one dialogue, but preferably as many as possible, per congressional district. We have a 6-issue framework that polling indicates most Americans seek immediate progress on: clean energy, economic mobility and growth, education reform, healthcare, national debt, and the tax code. Our team of bipartisan stakeholders, from activists to academics, selected 46 reforms within those 6 issues to simply spark the conversation. As participants in the dialogues are invited to accept, reject, and amend those proposed reforms and propose their own instead. The participant data will shape a final legislative package, which would also be the basis of a new bipartisan policy and governing agenda for the country. Our ask to you is simple. You can endorse the Grand Bargain, participate in a dialogue, and even host a dialogue. To host, all you need to do is bring 12 to 15 people together, and it can be done online. And we will provide the facilitators. If you want to do any of that, you can do so online at www.grandbargainproject.org, or you can come sign up on our sheet. I will be around for the rest of the day, and I'll also be around for the rest of the conference. In this profoundly difficult moment, I will walk away from this conference feeling inspired. I will walk away from this conference believing in the future, and most of all, I'll walk away from this conference believing in all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That was so good. Thank you so much for coming. As I mentioned a little earlier, my favorite, does anybody know what my favorite SDG is? 17. Why? What is it? Partnerships for the goals. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about partnerships where we align with other companies, NGOs, students, churches, whatever. 1.4 million Rotarians cannot save the planet. But 1.4 million Rotarians in 200 countries working with other organizations, churches, and businesses can. We're the group that decided to take on polio, and we've almost eradicated it. Next goal, let's save the planet, okay? So, several years ago, I started talking about trees, and I told you that we always try to cover our carbon footprint on all missions, but also there's a lot of studies where lower income neighborhoods have fewer trees, and actually they're hotter neighborhoods. And there's a lot of studies on that. We can go into that later. But I met with a guy who's been a tree guy for many, many, many years. He happens to be the president of the Rotary Club of Preston Hollow. And we started working together on a program. And I was at a Dallas Chamber of Commerce meeting and met Andrew Siegel with Junkluggers. And I'm trying to think, how can we put this together? Some of you my age might remember a song, I've got a brand new pair of roller skates, you've got a brand new key. Anybody? I can't see you, but a clap. So I try to put the guy with the key with the guy with the roller skates. And so one of our big goals, and Regina's doing a great job with her book, Landfill Reduction for Books, that also helps, it benefits children in Mexico and other places. This is another thing we kind of put together, and it's just basically a landfill reduction program with a twist. So whether it be plastics, rare earth, metals, whatever, you're going to realize The numbers are different. Some people say only 7% recycled. Some people say 8. I say it's 90+% too much goes to the landfill. So anything we can do to take stuff out of the landfill, we do. So I got Andrew. Come on up, Andrew, and Alan together, and we developed a program that we're starting in Dallas, and then we're going to expand over and over. So Alan runs a company called Junkluggers.
No, Andrew does.
Oh, excuse me, Andrew, sorry. Andy runs a company called Junkluggers. He's kind enough to partner with us on a regular basis. We'll do a program that these guys will explain, but before you start, I want to just say, anybody who has a company in Dallas who needs things hauled away, use Junkluggers. Okay, take it away.
Absolutely. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm trying to advance. Go. All right. Here we go. Keep going. All right. Which one is it? Help me.
Green. Big green.
The green one. There we are. So we started originally meeting 2 years ago at Fair Park. And I heard that Steve had put together a Rotary stage, and so I went and hung out for 2 days and had a wonderful time. And through that relationship, we held a reception that was at EarthX. They sponsored it for us. And I met this guy, as Steve was saying. He met him at a Chamber of Commerce event. Our Rotary Club was looking for tree planting opportunities and other environmental projects. And when I met Andrew, it seemed like a logical partnership for us to do this. So through our planting trees and sowing hope with Watch Tomorrow Grow program, we created a whole branding thing with our Preston Hollow Rotary Club, and Andrew's Junklugger program seemed like a logical match. So take it away, Andrew.
So the thing about what we do is we focus on e-waste, and it's a very simple program. If anybody's Rotary Club is interested in putting one together, we can do them, obviously the DFW area, but nationwide. I can either connect you with someone with my company, or you can find a local service provider, and you partner with them. The junk group shows up, they handle all of the e-waste, they get it to the recycler, and then they give you basically a receipt at the end that says how much you have diverted from the landfill. The most recent, there's statistics all over the place, and like Stephen Wright said, 86.6% of all statistics are made up. So the most common one I've read is that something like 2 to 3% of the stuff that ends up in the landfill is e-waste, but it accounts for 70% of the heavy metals that are in the landfill. So if we can just make a little chip out of that 2%, we're drastically improving the situation in the landfill. And with the event that we've now held for 2 years running with the Preston Hollow Rotary, each year we've had about 100 to 200 people drop stuff off, and each year we've taken over a ton of e-waste that has not gone to the McComas Bluff landfill. So it's a small chip, but if you expand that across all the Rotary clubs in the country, you're making a massive dent in the pollution problem.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what we've been doing is trying to give exposure all throughout District 5810, which Regina is currently the district governor, and Mary is taking over as the district governor soon. So Steve and I came to the president-elect training and did a big booth and tried to get the other incoming presidents to be aware of this and how easy it is to do. Steve helps us create these flyers and posters, which we put all over Instagram and Facebook and post all over the community. It's really an easy program to create the branding and the promotion. The church creates their own flyer and puts it in their bulletin, which is a great relationship to have. In October, we're hoping to have one at one of the local YMCAs in Preston Hollow, which will be a new market, a new exposure. What we're trying to do is create a close relationship with a corporate partner so that we do the promotion and try to get the people there, and he does the hard work of collecting everything. On March the 3rd, we did our second event at Preston Hollow Presbyterian Church. Andrew and I, at the end of the day, a little exhausted, but felt really good about it. He collects with his staff electronics all morning long at this particular location. We do it on a Sunday morning. There are 3 different services. There are over 900 people who attend. They promote it for 2 weeks at the church. We put out yard signs and all kinds of things, and it's very successful. And it's so easy to do because he's doing the heavy lifting, literally and figuratively. We're handing out seedlings that are native. We grow them in a nursery in my backyard and give them away, and the community members love that. Preston Hollow was hit by a tornado in 2019 that wiped out a lot of native trees, and so here's Steve with Susan Cowley, one of our members. He comes in and helps us promote it and puts it together. Here's one of the master naturalists, Carolyn Lewis, who's a good friend of mine, who came by to help us promote this. Anyway, it's a great program. It's very easy to do. We're putting together recycling in a box, just like some of Steve's other programs. The landfill reduction and tree seedling giveaway partnership has been a great program for us, and it's easy for our Preston Hollow Rotary Club to do it. Thank you for the opportunity to be here. Andrew and I will be around, but please introduce yourself if you're interested in having one at your club. It's a great opportunity. Thank you. Thank you. Always good to see you. Thank you for giving us time.
Thank you.